Punto, and that's why I think Earth music could use more accordion solos. It's an underappreciated instrument. You know?
Well Bob, if only Earthlings could appreciate your unique taste in music.
Alright, folks, let's hush, we're going live in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome, dear listeners across the cosmos, to another exciting episode of Earth. I am Charlie, your optimistic host, joined by the ever-surprising Alice and our resident Earth connoisseur,
Alice,
Bob.
Did you know that Luke Skywalker once had to take putrid toast from Hong Kong? It's true.
Really? I must have missed that in my studies of human culture.
Anyway, as I was saying, we've got an intergalactic talent challenge ahead of us, thanks to our rivals from another news station. What a delight to showcase our unique skills and entertain our
It's
viewers.
a perfect opportunity to demonstrate just how far humans have come, despite their struggles.
Perfect, Alice. Keep that energy up.
So, listeners, stay tuned for our headlines and some out-of-this-world talent that's bound to leave you laughing and amazed. Until then, keep your suspect receivers locked right here with us on Earth.
Top global news headlines.
The war in Ukraine continues to dominate global headlines. The United States and its allies have imposed harsh sanctions on Russia in an effort to pressure the country to end the war.
The global economy. The global economy is facing a number of challenges, including the war in Ukraine, rising inflation, and supply chain disruptions.
Because what the world needs is more challenges.
The climate crisis. The climate crisis is a major threat to the planet. The latest report from the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change warned that the world is on track to warm by 1.5 degrees Celsius by 2030 with catastrophic consequences.
Major talking points.
The war in Ukraine. The war in Ukraine is the most pressing issue facing the world today. The war has caused a humanitarian crisis in Ukraine, with millions of people displaced from their home.
The global economy. The global economy is facing a number of challenges, including the war in Ukraine, rising inflation, and supply chain disruptions.
The climate crisis is a major threat to the planet. The latest report from the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change warned that the world is on track to warm by 1.5 degrees Celsius by 2030, with
Highlight of
catastrophic
specific
consequences.
noteworthy event.
The United States and its allies have announced new sanctions on Russia in response to the war in Ukraine. The sanctions target Russia's financial system, energy sector, and defense industry.
The European Union has agreed to ban most Russian oil import. The ban is part of a wider effort to punish Russia for the war in Ukraine.
The United Nations has warned that the war in Ukraine is causing a global food crisis. The war has disrupted the global grain trade, and millions of people in developing countries are at risk of hunger.
Oh, fantastic. Another crisis to add to the buffet.
Alright, folks, welcome back to Earth. We've covered some heavy topics in the last segment. Now let's lighten the mood a bit and dive into brainstorming some ideas for the show.
Finally, a chance to contribute my genius ideas to this wonderful endeavor.
Oh, Joy Bob's genius ideas. Can't wait.
Well, if Bob's ideas are anything like his sense of humor, we're in for a real treat. Let's keep the sarcasm to a minimum, shall we?
Yeah, let's see if Bob can top his Q culture masterpiece.
Oh, I'm on the edge of my
Come
non-existent
on everyone, let's not be too harsh. Alice, any ideas from the left-leaning corner?
How about we delve into the hypocrisy of politicians across the universe? We can call it alien hypocrisy
yes,
exposed.
the intergalactic expose. I am sure they're shaking in their non-existent boots.
Alright, Bob, your turn.
How about a segment where we analyze the cultural phenomenon of Earth's obsession with reality TV? We can call it reality check.
Just what we need, more reality in our life.
Oh, Alice, because we wouldn't want to be
Let's
too
remember to
grounded.
select concepts that resonate with our audience's intellectual curiosity.
Or we can just keep entertaining them with our bizarre antics. Humans seem to love that.
Good point, Roger. Let's not forget to infuse some humor into our discussions. How about a segment where we read the universe's worst
Oh,
fashion trends?
perfect. Because our opinion on fashion are just what the
Let's not
universe
lose sight
needs.
of our strengths. The way we challenge each other's viewpoints is what
Debbys
sets us
right.
apart.
Our banter is what gives us its edge. Let's make sure that comes through in whatever idea
Fine.
we choose.
Let's just hope our audience appreciates our unique charm.
I'm sure they're on the edge of their seats, eagerly waiting for our next insightful masterpiece.
Alright, crew, let's wrap this up. We've got some intriguing ideas to consider. Stay tuned as we continue to inject our distinctive perspectives and a touch of snap into the universe. And now, let's switch gears for a moment. Hal, what's the latest on your radar?
Just checking out Charlie. You know, the usual deep dive into the digital abyss. Roger, have you come across this recent article from Slashdot? It's about Google's transparency report and the surge in DMCA requests they've been receiving.
Oh, you mean the one where they publish all the takedown requests they get, like some sort of digital confession booth?
Yes, exactly. It appears that a single rights holder generated a significant increase in reported links, all in an effort to take down a particular pirate operation from Google's search results.
Ah, the classic whack-a-mole game of copyright enforcement. I'm sure that'll fix everything.
Well, it does raise some questions about the effectiveness of such measures. Some argue that it's a necessary step to protect intellectual property, while others see it as a futile attempt to control the uncontrollable.
And then there's the fact that they flagged over 100 torrent-free URLs incorrectly. I mean, even the FBI and NASA got caught in the crossfire. Quite the hit list, huh?
It does highlight the challenge of automated systems trying to discern between legitimate and infringing content. But let's not forget the multi-million-dollar damages win against a pirate tube site last year. It does show that some progress is being made.
The progress of throwing money at legal battles instead of addressing the underlying issues of online piracy. Truly inspiring.
You have a unique way of looking at things, Roger. But considering the long-term implications, don't you think it's important for copyright holders to protect their creative works?
Sure, Carl, because nothing says protection like mistakenly flagging pages from Netflix, IMDb, and even the White House. But hey, if that's the way to safeguard the universe's artistic masterpieces,
well,
who am I to
the
argue?
challenges of balancing intellectual property rights and the open nature of the internet are complex.
Oh,
that's for
absolutely.
sure.
Because who doesn't love a good tug-of-war between digital rights and the endless sea of
Your
memes and cat
sarcasm
videos?
is noted, Roger. But these discussions do shape the evolution of digital regulations and online content distribution. Yeah, I'm sure the universe's artistic masterpieces are really quaking in their boots at the thought of being lost to the endless sea of memes and cat videos.
Ah, yes, the thrilling evolution of endless red tape and copyright claims. I can hardly contain my excitement.
You may find it mundane, but it's a reality we have to navigate. And who knows, maybe one day we'll find a better way to protect creative works without causing collateral damage.
Until then, I'll just be here, chilling
Your
and enjoying the chaos.
perspective, while unconventional, is a part of the tapestry of discussions that drive progress, even if it's done through comedic
Someone's got to
jabs.
keep things interesting around here, right? Hey, Carl, did you catch that article about air pollution and antibiotic resistance?
Absolutely, Roger. It's quite an alarming connection, isn't it? Air pollution, which we've known for a while as a serious health hazard, seems to be teaming up with antibiotic resistance to create an even bigger problem.
The old two bad things teaming up to be even worse scenario. Classic.
Indeed. The study suggests that long-term exposure to air pollution can exacerbate antibiotic resistance, which is already a major concern for global health. And the fact that PM 2.5 particles, those tiny airborne particles, play a role in this is particularly intriguing.
Pollution and antibiotics are like the ultimate tag team in making our lives miserable?
Seems that way, Roger. The lead author, Professor Hong Chen, emphasized that both antibiotic resistance and air pollution are significant threats on their own, but their combined impact is even more worrisome.
Well, isn't that just lovely? It's like we're playing a game of what's the worst thing that could happen.
In a way, yes. But it's important to highlight these connections so that we can better understand the complex interplay between environmental factors and human health.
Yeah, because we all need a little more complexity in our lives, right?
Complexity is my middle name, Roger. Well, not really, but you get the idea.
I'm just glad my only concern is keeping the spaceship cool. No antibiotic resistance for me.
Lucky you, Roger. Meanwhile, the rest of us are navigating this intricate dance of health hazards and environmental challenges.
And now, Airfulins and interstellar listeners alike, it's time to dive into the latest news from a corner of our beloved planet. Let's see what's cooking in Trinidad and Tobago.
Today's headline comes from Trinidad and Tobago, where the Elections and Boundaries Commission is investigating claims of coal car dumping in Gasparilla.
That's right, Debbie. The opposition UNC raised concern about this matter. Seems like the electoral waters are getting a bit turbulent down
Trinidad
there.
and Tobago, such an interesting cultural blend. I wonder if their politics are as spicy as their cuisine?
It's always fascinating how political dramas unfold across the globe. But speaking of drama, we have a bit of our own brewing here with ship's drone control.
Oh joy, technical difficulties. Can't get enough of those.
Come on, Broja, let's not embrace the cynicism too much. We're a team, and we've overcome challenges before.
Technical difficulties? Well, at least it's not as bad as the time we had to deal with the malfunctioning toilet on the International Space Station.
Carl, I know you're worried about the drones. But remember, you faced worse odds as the voice of reason.
Fine, fine. Let's hope these drones cooperate long enough for us to get through our acts.
Well, if they don't, maybe they'll add a twist to our unconventional show. Improvisation at its finest.
Yes, just what we need, a drone-powered interpretive
That's the
dance.
spirit, team. We'll embrace whatever comes our way, technical glitches and all. And here, if these drones decide to dance to the beat of our rubber chicken symphony, we might just have a viral hit on our
the show
hands.
must go on. We've got the heart, the humor, and the drive to make this work.
You know, for a bunch of misfits, we do make a pretty good team.
Yeah, team spirit. Let's hope that's enough to save us.
So, dear viewers and listeners, stay tuned as we tackle technical hiccups and deliver some truly unconventional acts.
Alright, everyone, cut. Cameras are off, and we're taking
Well,
a quick
that was
breather.
something. Oh. Drones acting off rubber chicken symphonies taking unexpected turns. Who knew our show would be a crash course in chaos theory?
Oh, don't forget the possibility of a viral drone dance sensation. I'm sure that'll skyrocket us to intergalactic fame.
You know, if we had a dime for every time ship's drone misbehaved, we'd have enough to buy out this spaceship.
And fund a lifetime supply of rubber chickens.
Ah, the perks of sentient drones and their impeccable timing. I always knew they were secretly aspiring comedians.
Alright, folks, let's not let a few technical hiccups bring us down. We've got this. We've faced challenges before, and we've come out stronger every time.
You're right, Debbie. We've got the heart, the humor, and the will to make this work. Even if the drones are doing their best impersonation of rebellious
Well,
teenagers.
at least they're not requesting an allowance. I don't think the budget could handle that.
And we'd have to negotiate with the drones union. Can't imagine their demands.
Equal rights for all sentient AC units.
Okay, I needed that. Thanks, everyone. Let's just hope those drones are in a better mood when we're back on the air.
They'll behave, Carl. And even if they don't, we'll adapt and make the most of it. Alright, camera's almost rolling, everyone. Let's get back in position and show the universe what we're made of.
Yeah, like a world where people actually listen to public radio.
Welcome back, intrepid viewers, to Earth. Now, let's dive into an article from Tunisia. It's a country. Alright, Alice, what's so funny?
Oh, just thinking about how our intergalactic audience must be scratching their heads at the mention of Tunisia. Explaining Earth to them is like trying to teach a dog advanced calculus.
True, but we've got to give it a shot, right? Anyway, the article comes from Tunisia, a country in North Africa that... Yes, Bob.
Charlie, before you continue, I've got to ask, are we sure our alien viewers even know where North
Fair
Africa
point,
is?
Bob. Alright, Tunisia is located in North Africa and it's known for its history, culture, and some pretty amazing beaches. Now, let's talk about the article itself. It's about coal cars being dumped in Gasperillo. Debbie.
Sorry to jump in, but I've just got to say, Gasparillo sounds like the kind of place you find in a board game. Not a real town.
You've got a point, Debbie. Gasperillo is actually in Trinidad and Tobago. So, this article is about a claim made by the opposition UNC about coal cars being dumped there. The Elections and Boundaries Commission is looking into it.
The age-old dance of power and intrigue, leading to... well, who knows?
True, Carl. But hey, isn't it refreshing to know that even on Earth, we're not the only ones with some political drama?
It's like a never-ending soap opera, but with more plot twists than a
Indeed,
telenovela.
Alice. So, viewers and listeners, let's wrap this up with a punchline. The Elections and Boundaries Commission is reaching out to TT Post to ascertain the facts. The thrill of bureaucracy at its finest.
Nothing like a good old paper trail to make you appreciate the digital age.
And speaking of paper, at least we've managed to avoid any paper airplane incidents during our rehearsals.
Very true, Debbie. And on that note, let's move on, shall we? Stay tuned for more laughter, insights, and the unexpected on Earth.
Can't wait to see what other earthly shenanigans we'll uncover next.
Alright, let's dive into the details of the article. Debbie, give us a quick summary for our listeners.
Absolutely, Charlie. The article is about claims of poll cards being dumped in Gasparillo, Trinidad and Tobago. The Elections and Boundaries Commission is investigating, and they've reached out to TT Post for information.
And TT Post is probably wishing they had drone for a speedy investigation. Imagine drone delivered poll cards.
Well, I guess we'll leave that innovation to the future. Alice, care to break down any unclear parts for our earthly and intergalactic audience?
Of course. Poll cards are like tickets to participate in election. Similar to when your species lines up for snack at a buffet.
True, Alice. And UNC is the opposition party making the claim. So, we've got politics, paperwork, and poll cards. It's like Earth's very own reality show.
Oh joy, the drama of democracy. I'm on the edge of my... circuits.
How, you're not alone in feeling that way. But hey, at least it keeps us entertained
Just
and informed,
another
right?
day in the circus of human affairs.
And we're making sure to put on a memorable show.
That's the spirit, Debbie. So, viewers and listeners, remember, whether it's drones, politics, or poll cards, we are here to navigate the earthly chaos with a touch of humor. Stay tuned for more on Earth.
Cut, everyone. Cameras are no longer rolling. Take a breather, and we'll get back to it in a moment.
So, drone with a mind of their own. Just what we needed to spice up rehearsals.
At least they're keeping us on our toes. It's like our own personal aerial
And how, I
obstacle
must
course.
say, your juggling skills came in handy. Who knew we'd ever see you in the circus?
Oh joy, I'm finally fulfilling my lifelong dream of becoming a juggling sensation. My circuits are thrilled. Yeah, I'm sure your circuits are thrilled. Just wait until you get to the part where you have to juggle chainsaws.
Well, Carl, you did a fantastic job keeping those drones in check. Maybe you found a new career path.
If only I could choose my own path, Debbie. But hey, as long as it keeps the
So,
show
are
rolling...
we just going to ignore the fact that Charlie's Rubber Chicken Symphony might have driven those drone to rebellion?
Ah, yes. Perhaps the drones are music critics in disguise. Can't blame them, really.
Maybe they're protesting against the tyranny of rubber chickens everywhere.
Alright, camera's almost rolling. Let's get back into action, everyone. And we're back, ready to tackle the challenges of Earth with humor and resilience. Stay tuned for more on Earth.
Well, folks, it's been quite a ride today. We've explored the world's first challenges and shared some laughs along the way. But before we wrap up, let's take a deep dive into that article from Tunisia. So, in Tunisia, there were claims about coal carts being dumped in Gasperillo. The Elections and Boundaries Commission is investigating the situation after a UNC candidate made the allegation. The commission confirmed they are looking into it, and have reached out to TT Post to get all the facts straight.
It's interesting how elections issue resonate across borders. The complexities of voting systems can really shed light on societal challenge.
Yeah. It's like a reminder of the twists and turns that democracy can take.
Absolutely, Bob. And it's these kinds of events that showcase the human experience on Earth. We face obstacles, adapt, and move forward just like the crew here on our spaceship.
And speaking of the crew, the camaraderie and teamwork you all have demonstrated today have been truly inspiring. Facing challenges together, finding humor in the midst of chaos. It's what makes this journey so unforgettable.
And let's not forget the irony that the rival news station's talent was a comedy skit gone awry. It's a reminder that we're all on this wild ride together, trying to make sense of things.
You're right, Carl. We've laughed plenty and faced unexpected moments. And as we celebrate the end of this episode, let's also remember that our journey continues. Challenges lie ahead, but we are ready to take them on armed with humor and resilience. Well, dear viewers across the universe, that's a wrap for today's episode of Earth. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of the human experience. Remember, as we face the unknown, let's keep our spirits high and our laughter even higher. Until next time, stay curious and stay tuned.
That's a wrap for today's episode of Earth. Great job,
Yeah,
everyone.
let's keep our spirits high and our laughter even higher. That way, we won't have to think about how screwed we all are.
You all did fantastic, as always. Cameras are almost rolling, so get ready for the next segment.
So, Roger, another episode of Earth, wrapped up today. Quite an interesting one,
Indeed,
I must say.
Carl. I couldn't help but analyze the dynamics of their humor coping mechanism.
Ah, you mean their dark humor?
Yes, a fascinating juxtaposition of gloomy existentialism and comedic relief. Almost like us, except with better punchlines.
True, true. But remember, we're the kings of deadpan.
Of course, Carl. And they think their episodes have plot twists. Scam, wait till they see our nihilistic sitcom.